The stars were silent on the night the aliens came. It started as a small dot moving against the backdrop of space. Captain Catherine Morris saw it first on her radar screen at the North American Space Defense Station. She had been watching the screens for 8 years now. Nothing unusual ever happened. But tonight was different. "Sir, there's something big coming from beyond the moon," she said. Her boss, Colonel Gary White, looked at the screen. His face turned pale. "That's not one of ours. And it's not Russian or Chinese either." Within an hour, space agencies around the world confirmed it. A massive ship, bigger than anything humans had ever built, was heading toward Earth. News spread quickly. People gathered in homes and public squares to watch the sky. Some panicked. Others prayed. Many just waited. The ship stopped in orbit around Earth. It was huge, at least 2 miles long, with strange angles and glowing parts. World leaders called emergency meetings. The military went on high alert. For 12 hours, the ship just sat there, watching. Then the message came. Every screen on Earth, phones, computers, TVs, showed the same image. A tall, thin alien with purple-gray skin and 4 eyes looked out at humanity. When it spoke, its voice was deep and cold. "People of Earth, I am Grand Admiral Korex of the Zorthal Galactic Imperium. Our empire spans 3,000 worlds. You are now within our territory. Your planet has resources we require. Your choice is simple. Surrender to us within 72 hours, and we will make you a vassal world. Resist and we will destroy your major cities from orbit. Your weapons cannot harm us. Your technology is primitive. Be wise. Accept our rule." The message ended. Panic swept across the world. In Washington, President Samantha Wells called an emergency meeting of her top advisors and military leaders. The situation looked hopeless. "What can we do against a ship that size?" asked Defense Secretary Jack Miller. "Our best missiles might not even dent it." President Wells looked around the room. Then she pressed a hidden button under the table. The doors locked. A hidden screen appeared on the wall. "What I'm about to tell you is known only to past presidents and a select few others," she said. "For the past 30 years, Earth has been preparing for this day. In a secret underground facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Alan Murphy watched the alien message with a small smile. He turned to his team of scientists and engineers. "They think we're primitive," he said. "That's good. Exactly as we planned." "Doctor," Murphy walked to a large screen showing the solar system. He pressed several buttons. Red dots appeared scattered throughout the asteroid belt and beyond Neptune. "Send the wake-up signal," he ordered. In space, far from Earth, hundreds of powered-down ships received the signal. Lights came on. Engines warmed up. Weapon systems activated. These were not the small, simple space vessels Earth had publicly shown to the world. These were warships, sleek, powerful, and armed with technology the public didn't know existed. Back in Washington, President Wells spoke to the leaders of other nations through a secure line that even the aliens couldn't detect. "The Sentinel Protocol is now active," she said. "For 3 decades we've been preparing. When we first detected alien signals in 2049, the world's governments made a secret pact. While we publicly argued and competed in space, privately we worked together. We built a fleet, we developed weapons, and we kept it all hidden, knowing this day might come." In his office at Lunar Base Alpha, Commander Eric Brooks received the activation code. He had been waiting for this moment his entire career. He had led the secret training of pilots and crew for ships that officially didn't exist. "Begin operation, Silent Shield," he ordered into his secure comlink. Across the solar system, men and women who had trained in secret left their public jobs and reported to hidden bases. Many had families who didn't know what they really did. For years, they had lived double lives preparing for this moment. On Earth, the Zorthal message played again and again. Most people believed the end was near. Some governments talked about surrendering. Others prepared for a hopeless fight. Dr. Linda Sanchez worked quickly in her lab deep under the mountains. Her team had created Earth's greatest weapon, the quantum displacement drive. It would allow human ships to appear suddenly next to the alien vessel with no warning. Final checks complete, she reported. The fleet can jump whenever needed. In a hidden facility on Mars, Admiral William Carter briefed his ship captains. 50 warships were under his command, the first wave of Earth's true defense force. They expect us to be primitive, he said. They expect us to beg or to fight with simple weapons. They don't know that we've been watching them for decades. They don't know that we've built our technology specifically to counter theirs. Captain Frank Martinez studied the alien ship's schematics. His vessel, the Defiance, would lead the first attack. Their shield technology focuses on the front and sights. If we jump in close behind them, we'll have 8 seconds before they can adjust. Back on Earth, as people huddled in fear, President Wells addressed the United Nations. She did not reveal the secret fleet yet. That would come later. Instead, she played for time. We need to respond to the Zorthal ultimatum, she said. I propose we ask for a meeting, a chance to discuss terms. The aliens agreed. They would send a small ship down in 24 hours, but that meeting would never happen. As the alien dreadnought orbited Earth, confident in its power, humanity's hidden fleet moved silently into position. Disguised satellites that the aliens thought were simple communication devices were actually powerful weapons. The clock ticked down. Across the solar system, pilots took their positions. Engineers powered up systems. Gunners checked their weapons. On the Defiance, Captain Martinez looked at the countdown timer, 6 hours until the jump. They think we're helpless, he told his crew. They think we'll surrender or die. But humanity has a surprise for them. The trap was set. The grand deception that Earth had maintained for 30 years was about to pay off. In orbit, the Zorthal dreadnought waited, unaware that it was not the hunter but the hunted. Grand Admiral Korex gripped the railing as his massive dreadnought shook from another hit. Warning lights flashed across the bridge. Screens showed damage to multiple systems. Around his ship, 50 human vessels continued their attack with perfect coordination. How is this possible? He shouted at his tactical officer. Their technology should be centuries behind ours. The humans have hidden capabilities, Admiral, the officer replied, his 4 eyes blinking rapidly in distress. Their weapons are targeting our specific shield frequencies. They know our weaknesses. Korex snarled. Launch all fighters. Contact the fleet. We need reinforcements now. In space, the battle continued. Captain Frank Martinez guided the Defiance through a tight turn, avoiding enemy fire while maintaining a clear shot at the alien ship's engines. Target their port thrusters again, he ordered. Fire when ready. Lieutenant Helen Cruz locked onto the target. Firing now, Captain. Bright blue beams shot from the Defiance, striking the alien ship's engine ports. More explosions bloomed in the vacuum of space. In lunar orbit, Commander Olivia Ramirez led her squadron of stealth corvettes against the alien fighters. Her ships were smaller, but much more agile. They carried advanced electronic warfare systems that confused enemy targeting. Echo Team, flank right, she commanded. Delta Team, with me. Don't let any fighters reach Earth's atmosphere. The human pilots moved with practiced precision. For years, they had trained in simulators programmed with everything Earth had learned about alien technology and tactics. Now that training was paying off. On Earth, General Susan Patterson stood in the command center of the Global Defense Network. Around her, officers monitored the orbital battle. Activate all defense platforms, she ordered. The platforms, disguised as weather and communication satellites, powered up their weapons systems. From his research station, Dr. Alan Murphy watched the battle unfold. His team had spent decades analyzing alien communications, learning their tactics, understanding their technology. Everything they had learned was now being used against the invaders. The quantum communication network is holding, reported his assistant. Our forces are coordinating faster than the aliens can respond. Murphy nodded with satisfaction. Keep the data flowing. Every second gives our ships an advantage. In space, the 2 additional alien vessels that had arrived as reinforcements began targeting Earth directly. They launched missiles toward major cities. Intercept those missiles, Admiral Carter ordered. 3 human destroyers broke formation to chase down the incoming weapons. They fired precision shots, detonating the missiles safely in the upper atmosphere. Commander Brooks, watching from his command center, made a quick decision. Launch the second wave now. We can't wait any longer. Across the solar system, 200 more Earth warships activated their quantum displacement drives. They disappeared from their hiding places among the asteroids and reappeared near Earth, surrounding the alien vessels. On the alien dreadnought, Grand Admiral Korex stared in disbelief at his tactical display. It now showed over 250 human warships, all with technology that should have been impossible for Earth to possess. Full retreat, he ordered. We must inform the Emperor. But retreat wasn't easy. The human ships had positioned themselves to block the escape routes. Earth's lunar railguns continued firing, focusing on the alien ship's engines. Captain Martinez saw an opportunity. All ships in Attack Group 1 with me. We're going to cut off their lead vessel. The Defiance and 12 other human ships moved to block the damaged alien dreadnought. They fired a coordinated barrage, disabling its main drive completely. In the Rocky Mountain facility, Dr. Linda Sanchez monitored the battle through the quantum network. The alien flagship is crippled, she reported. They're trying to reroute power to secondary systems. President Wells, watching from the White House Situation Room, turned to her advisors. It's time for the next phase. Open a direct channel to their command ship. On the disabled dreadnought, Korex was surprised when a human face appeared on his communication screen. This is President Samantha Wells of Earth, she said calmly. Your ships are surrounded, your main vessel is disabled, and 2 more waves of our fleet are standing by. Do you wish to surrender? Korex hissed in anger. This is impossible. Our intelligence said you were primitive. Your intelligence was wrong, Wells replied. For 30 years we've known you were out there. We've been preparing, we've been listening to your communications, studying your technology, and building our defenses. You assumed we were weak because that's what we wanted you to believe. 1 of the other alien vessels tried to escape, accelerating toward open space. 4 human ships followed. Their advanced engines, another technology kept hidden until now, allowed them to match the alien ship's speed. Target their engines only, Admiral Carter ordered. Disable, don't destroy. Precise fire from the human vessels struck the fleeing alien ship. Its engines flared and died. It drifted helplessly in space. The 3rd alien vessel launched a desperate attack against Earth's fleet. It managed to destroy 2 human ships before being surrounded by Commander Ramirez's corvettes. They swarmed around it like angry bees, firing at close range, their electronic countermeasures preventing the alien vessel from getting a clear lock on any of them. All corvettes, target their weapons systems, Ramirez ordered. Take them out, one by one. On Earth, people watched in amazement as news of the battle spread. What had seemed like certain doom hours earlier had turned into an unexpected victory. Screens showed images of the disabled alien ship surrounded by Earth's secret fleet. Dr. Murphy studied the incoming data from the battle. Their shields are failing, he reported. Our weapons are getting through. In the White House Situation Room, President Wells received updates from all fronts. The alien flagship is completely disabled, reported Defense Secretary Miller. The other 2 vessels are combat ineffective. We've suffered minimal losses. Wells nodded. Open the channel to Grand Admiral Korex again. When the alien commander appeared on screen, his pride was gone. His ship was dark except for emergency lighting. Damage reports came in from every section. This was just our local defense fleet, Admiral Korex, President Wells said. We have more ships stationed throughout the solar system. Your invasion has failed. Now we need to discuss your surrender. Korex hissed. The Emperor will not accept this. He will send the main fleet. Thousands of ships will come. You cannot stand against the might of the Imperium. Perhaps, Wells replied calmly. But today Earth stands victorious, and we'll be ready when your reinforcements arrive. As if to emphasize her point, the 3rd wave of Earth's fleet appeared, 50 more warships jumping in from their hidden positions beyond Mars. In the aftermath of the battle, Captain Martinez guided the Defiance alongside the disabled alien flagship. Boarding parties prepared to enter the alien vessel. "Remember," he told his crew, "we need their navigation data. We need to know where they came from and how many more might be coming." Throughout the solar system, Earth's hidden defenses continued to reveal themselves. Bases on Mars and the moons of Jupiter activated their weapons systems. More ships emerged from their hiding places. Humanity had won the first round. But everyone knew this was just the beginning. The Galactic Imperium would not accept defeat easily. A larger conflict was coming. Commander Brooks sent a message to all ships. "Well done, everyone, but stay alert. This was just the first wave. The real test is still to come." Grand Admiral Corex stood on the bridge of his massive ship. He looked at the blue planet below with cold eyes. His second-in-command, Subcommander Vex, approached with a report. "The humans are scrambling," Vex said. "Their communications show panic and fear. Some of their leaders are already talking about surrender terms." Corex made a sound that passed for laughter among his kind. "As expected. Our intelligence reports were correct. They have a few small ships that can barely reach their own moon. Their weapons are chemical explosives and simple projectiles. Primitive." "Should we ready a demonstration strike?" Vex asked. "Perhaps destroy one of their smaller cities to show our power?" "Not yet," Corex said. "The Emperor wants them intact if possible. Their planet has rare minerals and humans will make adequate workers. Let the deadline approach, their fear will grow." Far beyond Neptune, hidden in the darkness of space, Commander Eric Brooks floated in the command center of humanity's largest secret base. The station was built into a large asteroid, completely hidden from detection. Around him, hundreds of technicians and officers worked at their stations. "Status report," Brooks ordered. "All ships report ready, sir," his aide responded. "The first wave is powered up and prepared to jump. The second wave will follow 30 minutes later." Brooks nodded. For 20 years he had trained for this moment. After the Mars conflicts of 2059, he had been secretly recruited into the Sentinel program. The world thought he had retired to a quiet life. In reality, he had been helping build humanity's hidden fleet. "Send the activation code to all ships," he said. "Operation Silent Shield is now active." Throughout the solar system, hidden vessels came to life. The first wave consisted of 50 warships, each about one-third the size of the alien dreadnought, but far more advanced than anything Earth publicly admitted to having. These ships had been built in secret facilities on the far side of the moon, in asteroid bases, and in underground complexes on Earth. Admiral William Carter sat in the command chair of his flagship, the Valor. He was 62 years old, with gray hair and a face weathered by years of service. He had commanded Earth's first Mars mission publicly. Privately, he had been the military head of the Sentinel program for 15 years. "All ships report ready, Admiral." His communications officer said. "Begin countdown to jump," Carter ordered. "Synchronize all ships. We hit them together or not at all." In the Rocky Mountain complex, Dr. Linda Sanchez monitored the final preparations for the quantum displacement drive. This technology was humanity's greatest achievement, and its greatest secret. It allowed ships to make short jumps through space, appearing instantly at their destination. "All QD cores are stable," she reported to President Wells through a secure line. "The fleet can jump whenever they're ready." On the lunar surface, disguised as mining operations, massive railguns adjusted their aim. These weapons could launch projectiles at incredible speeds, enough to damage even the advanced shields of alien vessels. Colonel Peter Wright supervised the final targeting calculations. "Railguns 1 through 20 are locked on target," he reported, "ready to fire on command." On Earth, most people had no idea what was about to happen. They saw only the massive alien ship in orbit, a symbol of their apparent helplessness. Some prayed, some drafted surrender documents, some prepared for the end. In orbit, Captain Frank Martinez and his crew prepared the Defiance for battle. The ship was Earth's most advanced destroyer, equipped with weapons specifically designed to counter Zorthal technology. "All hands to battle stations," Martinez ordered. "Quantum jump in 15 minutes. His weapons officer, Lieutenant Helen Cruz, checked her systems one last time. Graviton disruptors charged and ready, Captain. Shield modulators set to match their frequency. Martinez nodded. Remember, we'll have 8 seconds before they can respond. Make every shot count. On the alien dreadnought, Grand Admiral Korex received reports from his sensors officer. No significant military activity detected, Admiral. The humans are deploying some primitive missiles, but nothing that can reach us. They appear to be preparing for negotiations. Korex nodded with satisfaction. Begin broadcasting the terms of surrender. Let them know what their future holds. Across Earth, screens showed the alien face again as he began listing demands. Earth would provide resources, labor, and complete obedience to the Imperium. Resistance would be met with destruction. President Wells sat in the Oval Office, watching the broadcast with apparent concern. Inside, she felt a fierce pride in what was about to happen. When her secure phone beeped, she answered immediately. Madam President, the fleet is in position, Commander Brooks reported. Permission to engage? Wells took a deep breath. Permission granted. Show them what humanity is truly capable of. In space, Admiral Carter gave the final order. All ships execute quantum jump now. In an instant, 50 Earth warships disappeared from their hidden positions. A split second later, they reappeared in perfect formation around the alien dreadnought. The Zorthal had no warning. On the alien ship, alarms blared. Korex stared in shock at the tactical display. Impossible, he shouted. Where did they come from? How did they... Before he could finish, the Earthships opened fire. Graviton disruptors, weapons the aliens believed were centuries beyond human capability, struck the dreadnought's primary weapons array. The Defiance led a precision strike against the ship's engines. At the same moment, the lunar railguns fired. Massive projectiles streaked through space, hitting the dreadnought with devastating force. What the aliens had thought were simple communication satellites suddenly revealed themselves as orbital weapon platforms, adding their fire to the attack. In the Rocky Mountain facility, Dr. Sanchez monitored the battle through the quantum communication network, another technology the aliens didn't know humans possessed. The first strike was successful, she reported. Their main weapons array is damaged. Their engines are at 60%. The alien dreadnought, though damaged, was still formidable. It launched fighters and began to return fire. 2 more alien vessels emerged from faster-than-light travel to support their flagship. Second wave, prepare to jump, Commander Brooks ordered from his command center. On Earth, President Wells addressed the world, revealing the truth at last. People of Earth, for 30 years, the world's governments have been preparing in secret for this day. When we detected alien signals in 2049, we united in a way the public never saw. While maintaining the appearance of separate space programs and occasional conflicts, we pooled our resources and best minds to build a defense force. Today, that force is revealing itself. Across the solar system, the second wave of Earth's fleet, 200 more warships, prepared to join the battle. Humanity was revealing its true strength at last. The trap had been sprung. The news traveled fast across the stars. The Zorthal Galactic Imperium, conquerors of 1,000 worlds, had suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of Earth, a planet they had expected to surrender without a fight. Emperor Vexnar raged when he received the report. Impossible, he shouted at his advisors. How could primitives defeat our ships? The Imperial Palace on the Zorthal homeworld buzzed with activity as the Emperor ordered his main battle fleet to prepare for war. 500 warships began moving toward Earth, the largest force the Imperium had deployed in centuries. Back in the solar system, humanity worked quickly to prepare for the coming storm. President Wells addressed the United Nations, now officially, revealing what only a few had known. For 3 decades, she explained, the Sentinel Protocol has guided our actions. When we detected alien signals in 2049, the world's major powers made a difficult choice. We would appear divided while secretly working together. We would show the stars a primitive face while building advanced technology in secret. She showed images of the hidden facilities, massive shipyards inside hollowed-out asteroids, research centers buried beneath the lunar surface, training bases on Mars disguised as scientific outposts. Today, I can officially confirm that Earth's separate space programs have been part of a unified effort. The apparent competition between nations was a carefully maintained illusion to hide our true capabilities from watching eyes. In orbit, around Earth, crews worked to secure the 3 captured alien vessels. Captain Lisa Gomez led the boarding team on the flagship. Her squad moved carefully through the alien corridors, their armor protecting them from both weapons and unfamiliar environments. Main computer room secured, she reported. Dr. Powell's team is downloading their navigation data now. Professor Daniel Powell, Earth's leading expert in alien language and technology, worked quickly to access the Zorthal systems. For years, he had studied intercepted alien communications. Now he was seeing their technology firsthand. Their database is enormous, he told Captain Gomez, but I'm finding what we need. Star charts, fleet positions, communication protocols, it's all here. As Powell worked, other teams throughout the captured ship gathered samples of alien technology. Each piece would be studied, understood, and potentially adapted for human use. In the White House Situation Room, President Wells met with Admiral Nicole Harper, the newly appointed commander of Earth's combined fleet. Harper had spent 20 years in the shadows, developing strategies specifically to fight the Zorthal. The captured data confirms our worst fears, Harper reported. They're sending their main battle fleet, at least 500 ships. They'll be here in 2 weeks. Wells nodded grimly. What are our chances? Better than they think, Harper replied. We have 350 ships combat ready with another 50 that can be operational within 10 days. We've studied their tactics for years, and most importantly, we still have surprises they don't know about. One of those surprises was being prepared in the orbital shipyards around Jupiter. Captain Ryan Mitchell toured the massive structures, where Earth's largest warships were receiving final upgrades. The shield modifications are complete on all 12 dreadnoughts, reported his chief engineer. Based on what we learned from the captured ships, we've improved our defense systems by 30%. Mitchell nodded approvingly. Earth's dreadnoughts were the pride of the hidden fleet, each nearly as large as the alien flagship they had captured, equipped with the most advanced weapons humans had developed. Begin power-up sequences, he ordered. I want all systems tested before the enemy arrives. Meanwhile, on Mars, Commander Eric Brooks supervised the activation of the forward defense bases. For decades, what the public had been told were scientific research stations had actually been military installations hidden in plain sight. Deploy the defense grid, Brooks ordered. The Martian surface opened in dozens of locations, revealing weapon emplacements and launch silos. In her laboratory beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Linda Sanchez put the finishing touches on humanity's newest weapon, the quantum displacement network. Massive jump gates positioned strategically throughout the solar system would allow Earth ships to move instantly between defensive positions. Final calibrations are complete, she reported to Admiral Harper. The network is ready for full operational use. As Earth prepared for war, Professor Powell made a crucial discovery in the alien database. Madam President, he reported urgently, I've found something important. The attack on Earth wasn't just a standard conquest, it was politically motivated. Emperor Vexnar is facing challenges to his rule. Several systems on the edges of the Imperium are showing signs of rebellion. He ordered the conquest of Earth to demonstrate his power. President Wells considered this information carefully. So this isn't just about us. We're a pawn in their internal politics. Yes, Powell agreed. And there's more. Some of these rebellious systems have made contact with each other. They're considering a coordinated uprising, but they lack the strength to challenge the Imperium directly. Wells saw an opportunity. If we can communicate with these potential rebels, we might find allies, Powell finished. I've already identified several communication frequencies they use. We can reach out to them. As the Imperial fleet approached, humanity's preparations accelerated. The quantum communication network, allowing instant coordination between Earth's forces, was expanded to cover the entire solar system. Weapon production facilities worked around the clock. Every piece of technology captured from the alien vessels was studied and, where possible, adapted for human use. Admiral Harper gathered her ship captains for a final briefing before taking up defensive positions. The enemy will arrive in 3 days, she told them. They expect to find us celebrating a small victory, unprepared for their main force. Instead, they'll find us ready and waiting. She displayed the tactical plans her team had spent years developing. We'll use the quantum displacement network to our advantage. They won't be able to predict where we'll appear or how quickly we can reposition. Our new shields, based partly on their own technology, will give us added protection. But make no mistake, this will be the greatest challenge humanity has ever faced. As the fleet captains returned to their ships, President Wells made a crucial decision. Using the communication protocols Professor Powell had discovered, she sent a message to the rebellious systems within the Imperium. To those who seek freedom from the Zorthal Imperium, the message began. Earth stands against the Emperor's aggression. We have defeated his first attack force and captured their vessels. We now offer an alliance against our common enemy. Throughout the solar system, humanity's combined forces took up their positions. The staging area became the Jupiter orbital stations, massive military complexes that had been disguised as mining operations for decades. Captain Mitchell commanded the orbital defense platforms, which now revealed their true nature. Not simple satellites, but powerful weapons platforms equipped with technology, reverse-engineered from alien designs found in earlier secret contacts. As the Imperial fleet approached Saturn, they encountered the first line of Earth's defenses, fields of automated drones and mines that disabled several advanced scout ships. The Zorthal commander, Admiral Zektor, began to realize that this conquest would not be as simple as the Emperor had promised. Proceed with caution, he ordered his fleet. These humans are more dangerous than we were told. Humanity waited, united as never before, as the lights of the approaching armada became visible in Earth's most powerful telescopes. The final countdown to the greatest battle in human history had begun. The Imperial fleet arrived at the edge of the solar system, over 500 warships strong. They moved in perfect formation, a display of power meant to intimidate. Admiral Zektor, commander of the fleet, stood on the bridge of his massive command ship. He was older than Corex, more experienced and much more cautious. Scan the system thoroughly, he ordered. I want to know exactly what we're facing. His officers complied, sending probe drones ahead of the main fleet. Several disappeared without warning as they triggered human defensive systems. The humans have mined the outer system, reported his tactical officer, and there are defensive platforms around the gas giants. Zektor frowned. This wasn't what he had expected. The Emperor had assured him that Earth was primitive, that the defeat of the first ships was merely a lucky strike by a desperate enemy. Advance slowly, he ordered. Maintain defensive formation. In the command center of Titan Base, one of humanity's forward operating positions on Saturn's largest moon, Commander Eric Brooks watched the alien fleet's approach. They're being careful, he noted. Not rushing in like the first group. Admiral Nicole Harper nodded. She had expected this. They're learning. That makes them more dangerous. She turned to her communications officer. Activate the Artemis Protocol. Throughout the solar system, humanity's final defensive measures came online. Hidden bases on Mars, Europa, and Titan revealed themselves, fully. Earth's most advanced ships, 12 massive dreadnoughts that had been kept in reserve, powered up under Admiral Harper's direct command. One of these dreadnoughts, the Horizon, was commanded by Captain Ryan Mitchell. His ship was the newest in the fleet, equipped with weapon systems that had been developed using knowledge gained from the captured alien vessels. All systems online, reported his first officer. Quantum displacement drive is ready. Mitchell nodded. Take us to position Alpha. We'll lead the first strike. The massive human warship disappeared from its dock near Jupiter and reappeared near Saturn, joining the defensive line. 11 other dreadnoughts followed, taking up positions throughout the system. In her laboratory, Dr. Linda Sanchez finalized the targeting calculations for the quantum displacement network. The massive jump gates positioned throughout the solar system hummed with power. The network is at 100%, she reported to Admiral Harper. All gates are operational. The Battle of Sol began as the Imperial fleet crossed Saturn's orbit. Admiral Zektor, still cautious, sent a smaller group of 50 ships ahead. Let them test the human defenses, he told his officers. We'll observe and adapt. Captain Lisa Gomez, now commanding one of Earth's stealth corvettes, watched the approaching enemy ships. Strike Group Theta, prepare to engage, she ordered her squadron. 20 small, fast ships moved into attack position. The aliens detected the approaching human vessels and prepared to fire, but Gomez had a surprise for them. Activate electronic countermeasures. The human ships broadcast signals on frequencies they had learned from the captured alien computers. The enemy targeting systems faltered, unable to get clear readings. Now, Gomez ordered. Her squadron fired precision shots at the lead alien vessels, disabling their main weapons before they could respond. At the same time, Earth's defense platforms around Saturn opened fire. Railguns launched projectiles at incredible speeds, tearing through alien shields. Missiles with advanced guidance systems found gaps in the enemy formations. Admiral Zektor watched in growing concern as the first engagement went badly for his forces. These are not primitives, he muttered. The Emperor was wrong. He ordered his main fleet to advance, hoping to overwhelm the human defenses with sheer numbers. 500 warships moved forward, weapons ready. Admiral Harper saw the movement and smiled grimly. They're committing their full force, exactly as we planned. She opened a channel to all Earth forces. Execute Battle Plan Omega. All ships, prepare to jump on my mark. Across the solar system, human vessels activated their quantum displacement drives. In an instant, the defensive line disappeared, only to reappear behind and among the Imperial fleet. The aliens found themselves surrounded, their neat formation broken by the suddenly appearing human ships. All vessels, fire at will. Harper, commanded. The space around Saturn lit up with weapons fire. Human ships, though,